How you doing, guys? This is going to be the introduction video to the shave series, straight razor shaving. This is just going to be the kit. Some of the stuff you'll have to acquire to start straight shaving. Um, and it's not as hard as you think it would be, not assembling the stuff, but actually doing the straight shave. So if you're looking at this, I don't know if you're just stumbling upon this on YouTube, who knows, or if you're a knife subscriber of mine. But anyways, I felt like for myself it was the natural progression from sharpening, getting scary sharp knives to, I don't know, just I love sharpening stuff, so in sharp objects. So to me it was just a natural progression to try a straight razor. And I have to say I don't think I'll ever go back to a disposable razor. Maybe one day I'll venture into one of those safety razors that you replace the blades. But there's a lot of advantages. I'm not going to go over that in this video. To a real straight shave, which is actually cutting the hair and not like a dull disposable blade where it might pull your hair up first and then the second or third blade comes through and cuts it, and then the hair kind of slides back down into your skin sometimes, and that creates all your ingrown hairs and some of that irritation. So I have found since I've started straight shaving, absolutely zero ingrown hairs. That's because it's super sharp and you're actually cutting off the hair, as opposed to like scraping it or, pulling on it until it kind of rips. And when you have your right technique and you're comfortable, it's almost, I would say almost just as fast as a safety disposable shave. But the one thing to that, you can see all this stuff in the background. You kind of have to have at least some of this stuff. So we're going to go through it. I want to walk you through what you'll need. Of course, I'm going to give you some options. First of all, you're going to need some sort of a leather strop, right? So I think this was around $30 or $40. The longer your strop, the better. No compound on the top. You can see where I've been using this for over a year now. It might be longer than that. Don't spend too much money. If you're brand new into this, do not spend too much money on your strop because you will gouge it. I have a straight razor stropping video somewhere in all my videos. Also, I am not an expert. This is my first kit that I ordered a year or so ago, and it's been working great. So I just want to share what I know. Believe me, there's whole forums devoted to this, so I know some guys, if you're really into shaving, you're going to say, well, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And you're halfway right, but then again, this does work for me. So I'm just going to share that. I got a Dovo straight razor made out of carbon steel. Of course, you knife guys know carbon steel and all that water and rinsing and stuff, no matter how good you clean it. And I'm probably not as picky as I should be. Sometimes I close this up when it's a little bit wet and I put it back in its case here. So if you didn't catch that, this is a Dovo, I believe, best quality, kind of like their basic straight razor. They come in two different sizes, 5/8 and 6/8. This is the larger one. And you can see how there's actually still some hairs on there. But anyways, the blade will not stay pristine. You can see a little bit of maybe like a patina, maybe some residue of soap on there. If you're not going to get the Dovo, I highly suggest that you look for something with the rounded ends. It helps to not cut your face off, literally. Right? So you're going to need a straight razor. I would probably budget anywhere from $50 to $100. Of course, you can get crazy, get custom straight razors, but that's not what you're going to want to start off with. For me, I wanted to see if I was going to enjoy it. So, and truth be told, I mean, I have no desire to upgrade. This is just like a plastic Derlin handle. I've just been very happy with everything. Double hollow ground. So it's got the hollow grind there, and then they go one more time just to make it paper thin on the edge. So acquire a straight razor. This out of box did have to be sharpened. So if you go on shaving forums and stuff, they have like people who will hone your razor and put that edge that you're going to have. It's got to be super fine edge, and then you can upkeep it from a strop. I haven't touched mine up in about 6 months or so. So if you don't have the tools, I do, of course, to do it myself. It's not hard. I can do another video on that. This might be like a 3-part series if there's any interest. So acquire your straight razor. I went with the best quality Dovo in the 6/8. Alright, so now you've got this. Of course, you do not have to buy a strop. You could use an old belt, and the longer the better. And then they usually just have some sort of swivel up here, and you can hook this under your cabinet. You guys have seen, if you're not a straight shaver, you probably know, hook this up, hold this out, and you have to strop your blade before you shave, just to put that perfect touched up edge right before it touches your face. We'll go through that in another video. But you're going to need a strop, going to need your razor, going to need a cup of some sort. I ordered my cup, but you can use any mug. This does not have to be a special mug or anything. I just thought the knob was cool, and if I was already putting together a shaving kit, might as well go all the way. Then this was on my good friend Trader Joe recommended this brush, and a lot of guys who start with this brush. This is a badger hair brush, I believe. It just holds moisture really well. Really cheap. I think it was like $15 on eBay. I believe some CVS's might carry them. This is an awesome brush for $15. You can get custom made brushes. You can spend $300 on a brush or more if you wanted to, So anyways, cup, brush, you're going to have to buy that, probably about 15 bucks. You're going to need some sort of actual shave soap. This stuff works, called Conch, but I'll probably, man, it's been like a year or so, and I haven't even used up one of these. So they last forever, and I should just buy some more pucks of soap. But this come with my mug, and it works, but it could be better. You need a nice soap to lubricate your skin, so that when you're scraping this blade, it's not scraping, you're just kind of gliding it along. Will not irritate your skin, so your soap helps with that. Of course, the way you build your lather and everything helps as well. Soap, cup, and then you're going to need a alum block of some sort, or this is what was recommended. Not everybody uses all this stuff, but again, I'm just showing you what works for me. And this is, you can go crazy with these too. You can spend $15, $20 for a nice alum block. This kind of helps with irritation, so it's kind of like a septic stick or so, but I think it's much better. I went the cheap route. I went to Earth Fare, which is kind of like a Whole Foods type store, where they sell like hippie stuff and holistic foods and stuff like that. And you could probably even find these in Walmart or any pharmacy. This was a deodorant stick. So usually the deodorant sticks come in you'll have to look at the ingredients. Of course, I've ripped the wrapper off this. But the ingredients will either be like potassium alum or ammonium alum. And usually either one will work. But if you can, potassium's the better one to get. The aluminum or ammonium will sting a little bit if you have a cut or something. But anyways, so you shave as your face is still wet. So when you rinse, I wipe this on my face. Sometimes I'll dip this in my shave water and just rub it all over the area that I shaved. Right? Then I will clean my razor, kind of dry it, maybe re-strop it to put it away. So this has maybe 2 or 3 minutes to sit on your skin, and then I rinse this like I keep wanting to call it a salt stick, but it's not a salt stick. This deodorant coating that's on your face. It doesn't smell. There's no smell at all to it, so it's not like a regular deodorant, like a salt stick. not a salt stick, alum block. But witch hazel again helps with any kind of irritation, anything, soothe and treat. You can get this anywhere, and you can get different kinds of. I just got the most basic witch hazel, no scents or anything, because that's coming up next. So after I do that, you've got a few choices. This is your aftercare stuff. Kind of put this in order here, so you shave, hit it with this while your face is wet, rinse this off with this, and then you can either go to like a slap-on aftershave, or this awesome stuff I got from my good buddy Jimbo Fox. He just sent it over to me. He's a great guy. So like a balm of some sort, and this does have a real nice smell to it, as does all this stuff. I'm sure you guys all recognize all this aqua velva. I don't really care for this, although it does feel the ice blue is cooling, so it kind of makes your face feel a little numb. Kind of neat, but I don't really like the smell. I usually go with these two guys, and lately it's been Old Spice, so I know. Younger guy smelling like Old Spice. My grandpa used to wear Old Spice. I love the smell of Old Spice. It's not the greatest when you smell it out of the bottle here. It's not the greatest when you first put it on, but once you wear it for an hour or two, I think it smells awesome. And the same with this, Clubman. This smells like an old-timey barbershop. This is, for me, one of the best smells that I've ever smelled. And I know it sounds so crazy because it's just a super cheap aftershave. Some people would be disgusted from the smell of it, and you really can't get a good sense of it until you put it on your skin and let it sit for an hour and then smell. So anyways, but it's not a bad smell. Maybe go in the store and see if you can unscrew the cap and check it out. But all this stuff, they're maybe $6 a piece. You know, they're cheap. That's maybe $1 or $2. Then after you do this, so you slap your aftershave. Usually this is alcohol based. I go back. Alcohol can dry out your skin. Then after that's kind of dried off, I usually just put a touch of this, and it's literally, I've had this for since I started, and it's almost like 3 dabs of that, because you don't want your skin all kind of glistening and stuff. This just kind of helps with some of the irritation that you may have. And if you're getting a lot of irritation from your straight shave, chances are you're pushing too hard, or possibly, because it could be a combination of both, your straight razor is not sharp enough. So that's it. The cool thing about this as aftercare, and I use this a lot if I shave before I go to bed, you can hit it with you shave, put the alum block on, clean your razor up, maybe re-strop before you put it back, hit it with the witch hazel, this, done. This has kind of like a low fragrance to it. It's not real stinky. My wife hates colognes and all that stuff. She's real sensitive to that, so I don't want to keep her up, smelling all whatever, manly. So anyways, if I shave in the morning, I go out, usually I'll hit with either this or this. So anyways, I think it's all kind of fitting, the Clubman and the Old Spice, kind of that old-timey feel. And I can make another video on why straight shaving, but really I don't think it's necessary. It's just, it's cool. For me, it's cool. Talking to a friend yesterday, he's like, why in the heck would you ever want to go backwards? Like, they've spent years and years and years and millions of dollars to evolve the razor into what it is today, the safety razor. Why would you ever want to go backwards? That's a good question. I mean, it's not for everybody, because you do. I have 2 scars, permanent scars on my face from split-second accidents with the straight razor, so there is that. But, it comes with the territory, I guess. Thought my wife was going to be super impressed. She wasn't. I was like, isn't that manly? She's like, you're stupid. So anyways, you guys might feel the same way, but if you're looking to get into it, start with a nice straight razor, something out of carbon steel. They usually go carbon and stainless. I like carbon just because what I know with knife stuff, it strops extremely sharp. So I can keep this up on my strop very easily.